Hmm. Let me go check that right now, okay? No, 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 no. No, 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 I don't see it there. No, 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 no. No, and no, and no. Yeah, I don't see it on the tree. Hello everyone, it's me, Zilla, and I'm back to making content on the channel after a little while. Yeah, kind of a hiatus I just wanted to take, because I didn't want to just be pumping out videos for people and not do them at the best or really that passion I wanted them to be at. So you're going to see some overlay of some Dark Souls 3 PvP gameplay while I talk about this little topic here. About this man named Douglas James Skotzke? I don't know. It's a weird last name. But this was a topic that was started on Facebook, and a picture that was talking about Zilla. Yes, everyone's favorite Godzilla in name only monster. And I remember this guy said that Zilla is a Godzilla. And there's three ways you can prove Zilla isn't a Godzilla. Legally, he's not a Godzilla, and lore-wise, he's not a Godzilla. As well as just biologically he's not Godzilla. Biologically, he's a mutated iguana, not an irradiated dinosaur or a monster that was woken up by atomic tests or nuclear tests of any kind. So that debugs that. And lore-wise, Zilla is connected to the GMK lore. As shoddy as that is, it's technically true because the monster is mentioned to be a creature that exists in that timeline. And because of that, we can confirm that the monster that attacked New York in 1998 was a monster that the Americans thought was Godzilla, but the guys in Japan had doubts, and I'm pretty much quoting a line from that movie, but this guy just kept saying it was that Zilla's Godzilla, and he ran away from pretty much all the proof that we'd give to this guy, because it was me and another person who pretty much slammed it into this guy that Zilla isn't a Godzilla. However, he kept giving examples like in the picture I showed there. I wish I had more picture, but the guy blocked me because he said we're elitist. But I'll talk about that later. I'll do another video about elitism later. But he said that Zilla's a Godzilla because Death's Ghidorah is a Ghidorah. That was one example of proof he gave. That makes no sense because Ghidorahs as a whole, that's Death's Ghidorah, for example, is in the Mothra universe and is confirmed to be a Ghidorah. Zilla, however, is confirmed in its own lore to be a monster that was thought by the Americans to be Godzilla, but isn't Godzilla. We know that. Same thing in Rulers of the Earth. I haven't read Rulers of the Earth in a while, but I do remember them saying something like Zilla was confirmed as Godzilla, but really isn't Godzilla. But that's beside the point. Zilla isn't a Godzilla because it's already been shown lore-wise that he isn't a Godzilla. However, with the Death's Ghidorah argument, in the Mothra lore, Death's Ghidorah is a Ghidorah. However, we do not know much about Ghidorahs and their whole biology because there's a lot of lore that depends on the Ghidorah you're talking about. So GMK King Ghidorah is a Ghidorah. However, he's probably the only Ghidorah in that lore because obviously Toho timeline resets with the Millennium Verse. Heisei King Ghidorah is different from Showa King Ghidorah, and in the Mothra universe, Death's Ghidorah, Grand King Ghidorah, and Cretaceous King Ghidorah are all Ghidorahs. However, we do not know much about their biology, how their species structure works in that. So they are all Ghidorahs and confirmed to be Ghidorahs, and aren't confirmed by another movie to be not Ghidorahs. Unlike Zilla, who is already said in another movie, is not Godzilla. And even though in the movie that, like in Godzilla 98, they say, oh, Godzilla, that was a movie where at the time, legally, Zilla was Godzilla. So that was Godzilla maybe for a time. However, when Toho bought the rights to Zilla, they rebranded Zilla, and that's why Zilla is a totally different monster, because in Final Wars, if it was true that Zilla was a Godzilla, then he would not have his own little nameplate thing, because obviously all the monsters have that little circle thing with a monster in it and it says their name. He would not have his own that says Zilla, and it would that fight would be Godzilla versus Godzilla. And also, he does not even in Final Wars, I forget the Exilian's name, or X was it? Yeah, X. He even says that that 2D monster was useless. He doesn't say that other Godzilla was useless, or even in the American dub, he says, "I knew that 2 in the head wasn't up to much," or something like that. But again, he never says that that monster's Godzilla, so that's another strike against it. And as I already said, legally, he's not Godzilla. Originally, if you looked at books and stuff that were about the '98 Godzilla back in the day, his legal stamp was that of just the normal Godzillas. Like, if anyone's got some of the classic media Godzilla videos or stuff, and you've seen those things where it shows Godzilla there, that was the one he originally had. And then, however, for the little baby raptor Godzillas, that was, they had a different one, but it was, still, again, it was baby Godzilla. However, those are all Zillas now. They are not Godzillas. And this guy's other response to me and this other guy, I'm not going to say his name because I don't think he wants his name to said on public, so I'm just going to say that guy. But the guy calls us elitist. He's like, "You're bullying me because you guys are elitist." No, we're not bullying you, and we're not elitist. We are people who just take the passion for Godzilla probably more seriously than you do. And like, of course, because we actually like post a lot about Godzilla, while this guy like had maybe, actually no, he didn't have anything about Godzilla. The only other thing he had on his profile was his other profile picture of him clipping his nipple with a jumper cable. Yeah, that was another thing this guy had. But again, I would never, like, I don't want to be an elitist on things, but like there's a difference between being elitist and calling someone out on that kind of like the idea of being elitist, but there's also a point where you just have wrong information and you're trying to spread false information to newer fans, and that doesn't help our community, and it really is not healthy for the community as a whole. But that's all I have to say. This guy was wrong, and that's that. See you guys.